Recap. Alchemy Emperor of the Divine Dao, Chapter 1221. Chapter Mom. Beneath the sprawling skies of the great Crimson Sun, Imperial Empire, Ling Han and his companions pressed onward with unyielding purpose. Half a month had passed since they deciphered the precise location of the five sects, and in that time, Ling Han had immersed himself in contemplation over the spiritual rainbow developing pill. He did not yet ignite his alchemical furnace, for he understood that mastery came not merely from action, but from patient reflection. Each meditation deepened his comprehension, refining his spirit so that when the day came to concoct the pill, success would be assured, and his skill profoundly elevated. Their journey carried them across 5 more days of arduous travel until the red clouds, Perch Mountains rose before them, crowned by the exalted Cloud Phoenix sect. Ling Han's mind was set. His first goal was to find the elusive Heavenly Phoenix Divine Maiden, the guiding star of his quest to one day dismantle the five sects themselves. Though their transgressions against the immortal realm were undeniable, the lower realm had intervened, leaving no evidence to present, a cruel twist of fate that barred Ling Han from seeking justice through mere complaint. No, the path of vengeance would be forged with his own hands, each step more satisfying than any plea for redress. Ling Han's thoughts drifted to the Sword Emperor and the Setting Sun Saber Emperor. Once figures of awe in the small world, their current prowess in the immortal realm was an enigma. Could they still command the same brilliance, or had the vast energies of this higher plane reshaped destiny itself? Ling Han kept his competitive spirit in check, focusing instead on the task at hand. As their caravan descended to the small town at the base of the Red Cloud's Perch Mountains, the bustle of cultivators revealed a vibrant force at work. Merchants mingled with seekers of guidance, pilgrims with those desperate for solutions beyond their own skill. Prosperity radiated from this town, a clear testament to the Cloud Phoenix sect's flourishing influence. Ling Han, alongside his brothers, Ding Ping and Helian Tianyun, lingered in the town for several days, quietly probing for the location of the Heavenly Phoenix Divine Maiden. Yet all inquiries led to dead ends. Not only was her whereabouts a mystery, but even the current positions of the famed Sword Emperor and Setting Sun Saber Emperor eluded them. Ling Han's thoughts shifted. What became of the titles they once bore in the small world? Surely, in the immortal realm, such names would have evolved with them. He recalled the Heavenly Phoenix Divine Maiden's peculiar name, remembered the coercion he had once employed to uncover it, and the subsequent wrath she had directed at him as if he had committed an unforgivable crime. And her warning had been stern. Never reveal her name. Troubled but undeterred, Ling Han resolved to first locate his 4 disciples. If the 5 sects had ascended to the immortal realm 10,000 years prior, it stood to reason that the Heavenly Phoenix Divine Maiden had brought his disciples along. Finding them would naturally reveal her path. With this strategy clear, he inquired about Zhang Yuefeng, Chen Ruijing, Yunyang Wang, and Kang Shuyuan. Soon he discovered that Yunyang Wang and Kang Shuyuan had risen to prominence as chief alchemists of the Hanlin Pavilion. A small smile touched his lips. Hanlin Pavilion, a subtle echo of his own name, Ling Han. Without delay, he set their course for Big Trade City, the nearest major settlement from the Red Cloud's Perch Mountains. Their journey lasted but 2 days, and soon they stood before the pavilion. Though it had existed only a few thousand years, its ascent was meteoric. Both Yunyang Wang and Kang Shuyuan had broken through to level 5 alchemists, a rare achievement, marking them as masters whose spirits could endure the forging of level 5 divine pills. Ling Han felt pride stir within him. To witness his disciples rise from the shattering void tier to the sun-moon tier over 10,000 years was testament to their dedication and talent. Ling Han commissioned Feng Po Yun to secure a courtyard within the city for their temporary residence. This would allow them freedom to explore, cultivate, and gather intelligence regarding the 5 sects. They moved cautiously. Though revenge was a potent flame, survival remained paramount, for the Imperial Empire teemed with heavenly body tier elites and even numerous eternal river tiers. Even the 5 sects could possess a background formidable enough to rival the most powerful forces in the land. Strolling through Big Trade City, where humans and demonic beasts mingled, Ling Han's gluttonous desires for a feast of local creatures flared humorously in his mind, only to be quietly pardoned by his own conscience. Soon they arrived at the Han Lin Pavilion, where a throng had gathered, pressing and jostling at its entrance. Curiosity pricked Ling Han's mind. Was this merely the lure of alchemical wares, or something more? Listening closely, he discerned the truth. The crowd had come not simply for commerce, but for spectacle. A challenger from the Treasure Forest Pavilion had arrived, intending to engage the Han Lin Pavilion in a battle of alchemical prowess. Though veiled in terms of friendship, the undercurrent was clear. The Treasure Forest Pavilion sought to crush the rising force of their rival. Once the dominant alchemical power in Big Trade City, they now faced the sudden emergence of Han Lin Pavilion, whose rapid ascent threatened their dominance. The odds were steep, yet the arena of cultivation and alchemy had always thrived on such trials. The crowd's murmurs confirmed Han Lin Pavilion's early struggles. 4 rounds had passed, each a defeat. Undeterred, Ling Han pushed forward, Sun Moon tier energy subtly rippling around him, allowing him to slip past the throng and stand at the forefront. Within the pavilion, a wide open space held 2 alchemist furnaces. On either side, champions of each faction readied themselves, tension crackling like the prelude to a storm. And there they were, his disciples, Yun Yong Wang and Kang Shuyuan. 10,000 years had tempered their youthful vigor into calm, collected mastery. From the opposing camp, an elderly alchemist of the Treasure Forest Pavilion spoke, confidence radiating from his every word. Ho ho, you have already lost 4 rounds in half a month. Even a 5th shall be the same. From the 1st through the 4th level of Divine Pills, the pavilion's challengers had held unbroken victory. Yun Yongwang's expression hardened as he met Kang Shiyuan's gaze. Not necessarily, he muttered, the flame of defiance sparking in his eyes. 3rd round, you or me? I go, Kang Shiyuan replied calmly, stepping forward. The pavilion held its breath. In that quiet before the storm, the air itself seemed to hum with the tension of imminent mastery, the clash of titans, and the indomitable will of those who dared to challenge fate itself. In the grand hall of the alchemists, the air shimmered with the mingling scents of rare herbs and precious minerals. The Han Lin Pavilion, though bruised by 4 consecutive defeats, remained unbroken. In the world of alchemy, just as in the martial clans of legend, a single triumph at the highest level could overturn even a series of losses. A Mountain River tier warrior might fall 4 times, yet the skill of a Sun Moon tier master could turn the tide with 1 strike. So too with pills and elixirs. The highest alchemists held the fate of their entire sect in their hands. At the pinnacle of the Han Lin Pavilion's power stood 2 level 5 alchemists, paragons of decades. No, centuries of meticulous refinement. To claim absolute supremacy, the Treasure Forest Pavilion would need to best these 2 alone. The earlier victories, crushing though they were, had already cemented their dominance from level 1 to level 4. It was a display of ruthless precision, an unstoppable march that left spectators in awe and the Han Lin Pavilion's reputation teetering on the edge. Kang Shuyuan strode forward, his robes flowing like liquid silk, and asked in a deep, resonant voice, "Who among you will face me?" From the shadowed edge of the pavilion emerged a middle-aged man. His appearance was unremarkable, but the aura around him betrayed a lifetime of immersion in medicinal herbs and alchemical fires. It was as if the essence of countless pills and rare ingredients clung to his very being. "I shall," the man announced, his tone calm yet commanding. Kang Shuyuan's brow arched, a shadow of recognition flickering across his eyes. "Liang Jinbo?" The man's lips curved into a faint, knowing smile. "So the young master knows of me." Kang Shuyuan inclined his head slightly. "Grandmaster Liang, your renown reaches far and wide. I have heard that you achieved level 5 alchemist status 100,000 years ago, and now you hover on the cusp of level 6. Is that not so?" A noble pride etched Liang Jinbo's features. In alchemy, as in the most revered martial arts, each step forward demanded unfathomable perseverance. Though he had remained a level 5 for a century millennia, the prospect of ascending to level 6 was still within reach, a feat few could even dream of. A prodigy, indeed. Liang Jinbo's voice carried a warm, almost brotherly cadence. "Kang Shuyuan, your own talents are well known. Why not join us at Treasure Forest Pavilion? Together, we could reach even greater heights. Kang Shuan shook his head, his gaze unwavering. The Hanlin Pavilion is the lifeblood of my brothers. I cannot allow it to fall. Liang Jinbo's eyes gleamed with respect and amusement. Then let it be. Come, let us compete. He extended a hand, an olive branch wrapped in the gravity of centuries. Since I am older, I shall choose the pill first. The selection of the alchemical task carried weight beyond mere names. Even among level 5 concoctions, some were far more intricate than others. The first to choose risked disadvantage, while the one who followed could tailor strategy to their strengths. Kang Shuyuan, recognizing Liang Jinbo's seniority and depth of experience, offered no resistance. After a pause that held the weight of silent storms, Liang Jinbo declared, I will concoct the Four Directions pill. Kang Shuyuan's eyes narrowed ever so slightly. The Four Directions pill was a formidable challenge among level 5 elixirs. To counter, he had two paths. Choose a more arduous pill and risk failure, or match his opponent and rely on flawless execution. After a measured breath, he said, Then I too shall craft the Four Directions pill. With that, the battle of skill commenced. Ingredients were separated, purified, and meticulously prepared. Fires were lit, cauldrons simmered, and the sacred, intricate dance of alchemy began. Both masters moved with a harmony that only centuries of cultivation could produce. Ling Han, observing from the sidelines, let a slow shake of the head betray his assessment. The air around Liang Jinbo seemed thick with experience, decades upon decades of distilled skill. Kang Shuyuan was brilliant, but the chasm of time spent mastering level 5 was a tide no youthful talent could easily turn. As the cauldrons hissed and emitted ethereal glows, Ling Han's gaze drifted, and his figure moved with quiet purpose toward Yunyang Wang. Stop right there, cried the Hanlin Pavilion disciples, moving to block the approaching young man. Yunyang Wang's eyes met Ling Han's, and a flicker of recognition, or perhaps curiosity, stirred within him. Have we met before? He asked, his voice edged with intrigue. Ling Han's gaze, calm and layered with unspoken depth, met his own. He lowered his eyes slightly, a smile curving his lips. I wish to join the Hanlin Pavilion. May I? Surprise flashed across Yunyang Wang's face. Amidst the chaos, a willing ally appeared at their side, offering aid in their direst hour. You are an alchemist? He asked, eyes narrowing in both caution and hope. I have studied for a few years, Ling Han replied, modesty threading through his tone. A pause, a heartbeat of judgment, and then a nod. Very well. Yunyang Wang sensed not just ability, but sincerity and the promise of support, a friend in a time of crisis. And your name? Ling Han. The syllables fell like a pebble in still water, rippling through Yunyang Wang's heart. The name resonated with echoes of the past, a name he had long cherished. Though the resemblance to his vanished master stirred a brief pang of wonder, reality anchored him. Centuries had passed since the master's departure to the immortal realm. Perhaps it was coincidence, perhaps fate. Where do you hail from? Yunyang Wang asked, curiosity tempered by caution. Joint Peace Planet, came the quiet reply. Ling Han did not reveal the truth of his origins. Eyes were everywhere, and he could not afford even the hint of exposure. The currents of the 5 sects were always watchful, and now was not the time to stir ancient waves. He needed to observe, to measure the true colors of those before him. Yunyang Wang absorbed this, understanding the vastness of the immortal realm and the remoteness of the Joint Peace Planet. Disappointment, subtle yet fleeting, flickered in his chest. Yet he turned his attention back to the heart of the contest, where Kang Shuyuan and Liang Jinbo danced the arcane waltz of fire, herbs, and spirit energy, the very battle that would decide the fate of the Hanlin Pavilion. The hall hummed with anticipation, the glow of cauldrons casting long, flickering shadows. The future of their sect balanced on this single moment as the clash of alchemical titans unfolded before all eyes, a legend being forged in the quiet, steady rhythm of the Four Directions pill.